hello people that exist. It was like literally a minute ago, probably, maybe 2, since I finished the other video that's going to come up just a bit before this. But here it is. Rick Riordan ranked the 5 stars and above. Let's get started, shall we? Oh, just so you know, everything that's in this, you need to watch the other one first to understand well. So, in the lowest position that is actually 5 stars and above, we have the son of Neptune. So, even more action, the same kind of I save you, then you save me, then the third person saves both of us type of thing, where Hazel gets her own time, Frank gets his own time, and also Percy does. So I love having Percy back, and I love that ending, even though I'm guessing the people who read this in 2011, didn't like it, because they had to wait a year. But, I enjoyed it. But then again, it pales in comparison in what's going to come. And next, we have the Titan's Curse. So, book 3 of Percy Jackson is the darkest one yet. Nowhere compared to some of the heroes of Olympus. But also, it's just the first one where it feels the stakes are really high. Like with the Lightning Thief, yes, there's a big world war that could go on, like the worst one ever. And then with the Sea of Monsters, demigods would die. But with this, it's more focused. One person could die. But also, it could be the end of everything because of Talia. I didn't say that. That's a spoiler. Sorry. Okay. So, and Nico and Bianca are great characters. Nico is a great character. Okay, moving on before I get too depressed. Oh yeah, and Zoe is a great character, and everyone's a great character. And Apollo, this is the first glimpse of Apollo before we get 5 books with the greatest character arc ever. Okay, stop talking, Aaron. The Blood of Olympus. Percy and Annabeth don't get viewpoints. Guess that's all I have to say, but I should say more, so I will. The cover's horrible, but I love the Nico and Reina viewpoints. Those are great. And also, the final thing with the final battle is short but good. I kind of enjoy the build-up. And some other books in the series, as you probably noticed, more. So, moving on to 5.2. Moving on to 5.2 stars. And from here on out, every ranking is a duo of books, with one a bit better than the other. So, The Serpent Shadow falls here. Wouldn't say falls here, lands here, because it didn't really fall. It landed at a good spot. And love everything about it. Just not as good as some others, which I will get to just about now. Okay. The Ship of the Dead. The cover's bad because Magnus looks ugly, but everything else is fun, and it's Percy's last big role, or big-ish role. But moving on to 5.4. Okay. At the lower of the two 5.4 rankings, we have the second shortest final book in a series and the finale to everything. The Tower of NERO. Amazing. A bit slow paced in the start, but everything is really good. But I feel like some of the send-offs, like Percy and Annabeth, I just feel like they got a bit less than I would like. But it is well deserving of the finale thing. And that climax, though. That climax and what would happen to Apollo. Okay, I have to say it. This is a spoiler. This is a spoiler for the Tower of Nero. Did you hear that? This is a spoiler for the Tower of Nero. Go to the next clip if you don't want to see it or hear it. Apollo could have been completely destroyed, like Python was. Python wasn't killed and then to be brought back from Tartarus. He fell from the edge of Tartarus, where Apollo hung, closer than anyone has ever been before. And yes, I'm talking about the House of Hades. Wow, I can't imagine what it would be like. Like, imagine Apollo right as he turned into Lester. He could not have done that. He could not have, like, he wouldn't have even thought of letting himself do any of it. Like, he thought of sacrificing himself twice, or in 3 books, actually. But in this one, he actually would have done it. Like, not just thinking, and he would have, but he almost did. It was just sheer luck that he didn't fall. Okay, now that I am done talking for 2 minutes about one book, The Battle of the Labyrinth. Everything's good, climax, everything. Oh, I only listed one thing. But that's enough. Okay. And the Lost God, and just everything. It's amazing. It isn't the same as the Tower of Nero, where I think I'd say I may have enjoyed the Tower of Nero more. But the Battle of the Labyrinth is just switch these 2 rankings around. Tower of Nero is better than the Battle of the Labyrinth by a tiny bit. Maybe by a lot, but I love both of these too much. Moving on to 5.6. I'm gonna have to be fast because I don't have much time. Okay, let's do this. The Mark of Athena. Wow, this thing is amazing. Loved everything about this. But there's still better books than this, Chronicles. But dang it, I probably shouldn't have done that. Let's see. There's just something so perfect about every scene, and the Argo and the crew finally coming together. And also Percy and Annabeth are amazing as always, and that sacrifice at the end. And imagine what Nico went through. Okay, moving on to something even better. Somehow. burning maze. Why? Why must Riordan do this to us? Every single moment is good. Every single moment is sad. And I think it can only be summed up in one quote. No. Moving on to the 5.8 stars. Number 2 is, there are only 2 left, so you might be a bit surprised, but it's The Last Olympian. Every sacrifice is just perfect, and also the opposite of perfect. Brandon, why not you do this to me? I love all of these chapters. And everything is just so amazing, and like that climax though. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it. I love how it turns out. Because like, let me see. I'll go a bit further back to let's see. Just, we need a shroud for the son of Hermes. Because like the last thing he said, like Luke said, it's just such a heroic thing. He is the hero, not Percy. He gripped my sleeve, and I could feel the heat of his skin like a fire. Ethan, me, all the unclaimed. Don't let it happen again. And it didn't. Well, it didn't, because that kid was in the Titan War. Okay, but now we must move on to the one and only the House of Hades. Wait, how much time do I have? I need to check. Okay, fewer than 2 minutes or iMovie won't let me submit this to YouTube. The House of Hades is the greatest thing ever. Every single moment in Tartarus is just so hard to explain. When they're literally at the edge, it's just like they were pretty much decaying like Apollo did. And every moment is amazing. Every character gets at least 4 chapters in this. Every one of the 7, not Nico, because Nico's too amazing to get a perspective. Sad. But they all do things, and I'm going to list them here. So spoilers. Okay. We have to say this. No, we have to. Well, let's see. I'm going to discuss. Hazel saves Jason with the Skyrim thing. Or Hazel saves everyone. Let's see. Piper charm speaks Festus into working. Frank gets buff. I'm joking. Oh dang it, I barely have any time. Okay, so then I'm just not going to talk about it. I love this book. You should read every one of these, except maybe some of these other ones that were in the other video, because I don't think they are needed to read, especially these 2 crap things. Okay, that's not what I need to be positive. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do the ending song anyway, so slow down, Aaron. I love this thing. And you should too. So, sorry for the lack of ending song. But also, I love all of this, and you should read it.